Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. We got to talk about BB22 All-Stars.
But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And if you want to support us on Patreon, you can find the link in the description. All right, so we got to do a spoiler alert at the top today,
Yes.
right?
Okay, like usual, Thursday, we recap the Eviction episode, but the HOH competition is currently on the feeds right now. So
Right.
David and I both have it up. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat have it up. So we will be saying spoilers as we go.
Okay.
Does that mean we have to sing?
Does that mean we do the song?
Dang it.
It's so early. It's like I'm not even warmed up yet, but let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go.
Well, just remind me, I'm going and you're just going to.
You do you, David. You just do you.
Me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Here we go.
1, 2. Spoilers. Maybe? I don't know. Oh,
maybe.
my
I saw
gosh.
a comment on the last video that it's better.
Yes. And
we
I
got
adjusted
some feedback from live chat that it was better.
Again, I adjusted it again this time. So we'll dial it in.
Okay.
You guys keep giving us the feedback.
Yes. We're going to perfect this remote.
Yes.
Simultaneous, like in unison song.
Woo!
Okay. So the spoiler is.
Yeah. We've had one person drop.
Anybody care to guess?
Davon. Yeah. That's okay though, guys. Even though we all just want her to go from the block to HOH and be like, Christmas, get your butt up there. She's completely safe. So it's okay. No one is targeting her right now. So it's okay that she dropped. It just is a bummer that she's going to be a have-not.
Yeah. We're like all rooting for her now. Like we're all like squarely behind Davon. If you like want to see her win and do well and make moves, especially because we saw her cam talking this week about like, it's time for All-Stars. I'm ready. Let's go. And I'm like, yes, Davon, like this is what we want from you. But like you say, she's totally safe. We don't have to worry about her going this week. Knock wood, you know, let's put our heads just in case.
All right. All right. So let's start at the top of Thursday's episode that we just watched.
Oh, do you mean when Christmas wants a hug after she refused to use the veto?
After she like cemented her noms as Bailey and Davon, and then she didn't get a hug from one of her nominees.
Right.
That's exactly where we're starting.
Okay, yeah. So she's like, can I have a hug? And Bailey's like, no, ma'am, you may not. And
you know what? I take that stuff very personally. I don't always want to be hugged either. So back it up.
It's COVID. I don't want to touch you. Get out of my face.
I mean, good luck ever getting a hug from me now. Post-COVID. Never happening. Hugs are canceled.
Right.
Done.
But like Bailey just feels tricked again, right? Like not necessarily by Christmas, but now she feels like she got by Tyler because of this whole situation. So she feels betrayed by Christmas already. Now she had kind of gotten her hopes up and she feels betrayed by the situation and probably mostly Tyler. So it's like, yeah, give her a minute, you know? But Christmas is like going out to the backyard like, well, Bailey is twisting things to her benefit. And it's like, she's not twisting anything. Like she's just mad.
Yeah. She's upset because she's on the block. Like that's the allowances that we give. The people on the block, we allow them some room to breathe and to be upset because it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it's just like a maybe later situation, you know, not right now.
But you know what I do think is different? I was thinking because the last time that Christmas played Big Brother 19 was such a toxic season. They were all egging each other on to bully. Like the more bullying, the better inside that house was the mentality. So I feel like she's out of her element. Like she wants to go, push, and she's not getting it from the rest of the people. So I wonder if she's just like, own your spot on the block. Like just that stuff is coming up on her and there's no outlet for it because no one else is being like, yeah, that's right. You know, so she's just she's doing.
She's just not getting what she's expecting to get in any way. She's expecting them to fight her when the fight happened and they weren't going to fight back in the way that she thought. Now she's expecting a hug. They're not going to hug her when she wants the hug. So I think she's kind of like, I'm the HOH. You're supposed to do what I say, you know? And it's like, no, we don't have to do that. Like,
No,
leave me
we're
alone.
definitely not doing it. We see Bailey being emotional, still sitting in those chairs, you know, talking with Davon. It's just a sad
She's
time.
mostly upset that Davon is in trouble because of her. She feels like if I hadn't said anything, you wouldn't be on the block. I mean, you know, maybe both of them wouldn't be on the block, but she's just especially bummed that Davon's game may also be in jeopardy. But then we kind of get lots of conversations between Davon and other people. And, you know, she's just been doing great work for the past week. And we see her talk to Christmas and kind of looking for answers about what happened with the veto here. And Christmas is like, I couldn't do it. Like, it would make me look like I don't know what I'm doing. Tyler has done nothing to me. It would just, it's not good for my game. And she then is like, and Davon, like, I want you in the house. You're my ally. You're on the block, but I definitely want you in the house. You know, she's like trying to reassure her. And it's like,
yeah, she is telling Davon, like, you've got the votes. Like, you're staying. I want to work with you. I like you. You know, just trying to like refocus Day, even though Day's like, what happened? Why? He offered himself up on a platter. Why? But, you know, Tyler, I mean, Davon doesn't. I mean, she might know now, but she didn't know then how close Tyler and Christmas were. Yeah. And Christmas was like, I'm not ruining my game.
Yes.
She wants Bailey out. Christmas wants Bailey out.
Yeah, absolutely. What Davon does know is that Christmas is canceled. We're all getting coal. And that's it, period.
You're getting coal. Your mom's getting coal. Everyone's getting coal.
Yeah, right.
I really want to get Christmas is canceled trending on Twitter, just so people who have no idea about the show are like, wait, what? We've canceled Christmas?
Yeah, people are going to be like, Antifa canceled Christmas.
Right. I mean, we literally woke up the other day to Halloween was canceled in Los Angeles. It wouldn't put it past me if they canceled
I know. Yeah. So then we see Davon and Tyler talking and, you know, just kind of trying to smooth things over from that situation. And he's telling Davon kind of the same thing as Christmas. Like, I want to make sure that you stay. It seems like both Christmas and Tyler are on Day's side. Bailey is like clearly the target this week.
I want to point out, because this conversation is a great example. Davon has a tell when she's not into this conversation. If she's just pacifying somebody, her voice goes a little higher, and she does this. She goes, yeah.
Oh, God,
that's her tell. I love it. And through this whole conversation with Tyler, she's like, yeah.
Oh,
that means she's not buying this one bit. She's not 100%. This isn't.
And it means there's like a lot more words cycling through her brain, and she's covering them with that.
Yep.
So good. Everybody needs to look out for that.
Yep.
Then the only real talk we get about Bailey as a target or not a target is this conversation between David and Enzo, which I think we touched on a little bit. But David is saying, I want to keep Bailey. Of course, like we saw him a couple of weeks ago have that run-in with Davon. They just have not always been on the same page. He communicates much better with Bailey. So he kind of wants to keep her. Enzo's down, but just doesn't think they have the numbers. And that's pretty much all we get in terms of like, are we going to keep Bailey or not?
Right. And it's true. David did try to do a push. He covered his bases by telling Davon it was a test, which Davon was like, don't even try with me, buddy. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then Enzo he genuinely was closer to Bailey. So he was like, yeah, if we can get this going, I'm on board. But that's as far as it went. So Bailey really was always the target this week. Then we get to see Cody get his letter about Pop Pop.
Yeah, it's tough.
That was really sad. He really did break down, and that was tough to see, but it was nice to see everyone giving him hugs and stuff.
Yeah. It's like great when people can just take the step away from the game in that moment and just be there. And I remember like it was really like a somber period on the feeds. Like everyone really was like unplugged from game mode. Like this is more important. So, you know, really terrible to hear that news, but nice to see the house kind of rally around him.
Yeah, exactly. And then we just step right on into the whole Christmas shenanigans.
Yeah.
And David, they showed way more than I thought they were going to show.
They I mean, it was that's accurate to what
Yeah.
happened on the feeds. Like, this is the extent of the fight. It's not the whole unedited thing, but this is a very good picture of what happened and how it went down. They trimmed out a lot of the Davon and Christmas conversation, and they kind of got to the crescendo more quickly. But it starts with,
that is where it started. Like, it did start with just a like, hey, just you need to understand the emotions that Bailey is dealing with. Just a calm conversation, but like, come on, Christmas, like, get it. Like,
and it's because like Davon walks in on Christmas kind of talking crap about Bailey to Danny. And she's like, well, I don't feel bad anymore for what I did because Bailey's acting like a little brat. And Davon's like, hold on, pump the brakes. Like, you're not going to do this. You're not going to go around and like sully Bailey's name. She has a right to be upset, and here's why. And then like we talked about it in our last video. So like, if you want the full breakdown, it's in yesterday's video. But Christmas pops off, like you saw in the episode.
Yep, they showed Christmas popping off. They showed that Davon tried to excuse herself from it and then like vented outside, and that the guys were supportive of that. Like, just go outside, vent it out here. Like, don't even like worry about it. They even showed the view of Christmas like through the mirror where she looks like a crazy person.
Yeah, right. A couple of things that I didn't notice when I was watching it on the feeds were Bailey's like very sort of innocent, shocked reaction when she realizes, because she comes out of the diary room like, in a great mood. Who cleaned the kitchen? Wow, looks great in here. Who do I have to blame for this? Crystal clean kitchen. This is, and then it's like, what is happening? Like, whoa. She's just not ready for that.
Yeah, she's totally caught off guard, and she just like kind of like walks into the bathroom, and she's like, what's happening? Yeah. But then ultimately she's like, no, Christmas, you don't get to be the victim in this, which I agree with. Literally just let the person on the block have their moment, especially when it's the target and they're going home. Like, you've got 3 more days with this person. Suck it up.
I know.
And then all the way down to Davon being like, I'm provoked. Which is
I know.
An amazing shift now.
Truly, I appreciated that they showed that Christmas is the one who is escalating this every step of the way. Like, another thing I didn't notice on the feeds was the camera angle where Christmas is like clapping from the balcony after Bailey, I think reasonably asked her, like, please don't clap at me. Like, I'm not clapping at you. Are you doing this? And they did not do Christmas any favors here. They showed it exactly how it went down, and I was grateful for like the honesty in that editing.
Right. Agreed. And then we get a great button of Ian just being like, I need it.
Yeah. Because like, he's like shouting it because like he's the only one left in the bathroom now. He's like, I just need a towel, and it's like nice to have a little bit of levity, to kind of close that segment out.
It was funny that he was just like trapped the whole time. He's like peeking over the thing. He's like, I'm cleaning myself, but what is happening right now?
Right.
Oh yes. Well, then we get to our speeches.
The speeches. I mean, Davon, I was blown away by this speech. I was like screaming, throwing my fists in the air. Like, this was awesome. Like, take a platform, get this message out that you want to get out. I could not believe that she said Black trans lives matter. I think that's so amazing for her to like use this as an opportunity to like get this message out that, a lot of people don't want to hear, but she's like, guess what? This is live. You can't stop me. And I just love that. Like, and Bailey stands up and she's like, well, I don't know how to follow that. Like, that was great.
Everything she said. Absolutely. Yes. I second that. I did hear today Davon telling Bailey, she was like, my speech has nothing to do. She's like, I talk to these people all day, every day. She's like, my speech isn't for them. She was like, this is my only chance to talk to the world. So it's for them. And so I didn't know what that meant, but I was like, oh yeah, no, way to use your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I loved it. It was so great. So great. And Bailey, you know, I like that she was wearing her crowned t-shirt, you know, going out of this house a queen in her own way. And again, she's just kind of like refusing to give any kind of like negative energy, because it's like, you're expecting that from me. I'm not going to give it to you. I'm done. She says at the end of her speech, you know, it's like very low key, very composed. I just loved it from both of them.
Right. Deep down, Bailey knew she was going, and because she is so supportive and she really does care about Davon, I think she's okay with it on a certain level. Like, no one ever wants to be evicted, but she's okay if that means Davon gets to keep playing. Yep.
So I will say I appreciated that Kevin sent condolences to the Calafiore family and
that was nice.
vote. I thought that was really nice of him to do that. When Bailey is unanimously evicted, then she comes outside and Julie teases a big announcement that we're going to let the house guests know before the HOH competition. And, you know, we'll be right back with our Bailey interview. And I'm like, are you just going to tell them that they made it to jury? Because that's not a big announcement.
Did you think that?
Yes.
I was like, wait, what? Do we have another twist coming? What is it? Never crossed my mind that it was just to tell them that, like, no one's battling back and they've all made it to jury.
Right. Yeah.
But that was it. That was the big announcement.
Yes. I enjoyed Bailey's exit interview. You know, she's happy for Davon that she gets to stay in the game. She knew she was going home this week. It's not like any kind of shock. She's not blindsided, anything like that. You know, we do have to see that 6-person alliance again. They are really getting some mileage out of whoever put that graphic together. Like, well done.
Yeah, here's our 6-person alliance. Julie's like, look, I know you were in a 6-person alliance, but there was one that was formed on the very first week, and it happens to have Christmas in Memphis in it. What Julie should have continued to say is, no one else in the alliance cares about it except for Christmas in Memphis. But here we are with this fake alliance. Well, it's not fake, but it's one that has so many rules they're not even allowed to meet and talk to each other, but yet they cooked up the demise of your game, and here we are.
Yeah, right. Then Julie tells Bailey, well, she's like, who do you think Christmas's untouchable is? And she's got a lot of guesses. None of them are Tyler. And Julie's like, it's Tyler. And then Bailey's like, of course it is. Like,
Doesn't he have 1,000?
Untouchable. Yeah.
Accurate. Yes, he's got a few. But Christmas lives and dies by it. So here we are with that. She does get some goodbye messages, and they're all very nice, and everyone loves Bailey. And so, and even Christmas kind of explained. She was like, but you're not in my alliance.
Yeah. I don't know who they would have shown instead of Christmas, but I was like, if I'm Bailey, I do not care about seeing Christmas's goodbye message. Like, show me anybody else that I care about in that house.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe it gave Bailey a little bit of closure in some way as to what Christmas's reasoning was. But yes, she gets the goodbye messages. It seems like, she says like, Tyler and I, all that stuff is water under the bridge. I kind of, even though I'm going home early, I was here to win. Like, I still achieved a lot of what I wanted to by coming back. And so it's all good.
Yeah. And there were conversations, and Julie kind of talked about it with Bailey of like, where's your relationship with Tyler now? And I mean, gosh, the two of them, it's way more complicated than I understand. Like, to me, it just doesn't need to be this complicated, but obviously we all hold on to things and have feelings that are complex and layered, and I too can't tell someone when to not feel something, just like Christmas can't. So Tyler and Bailey said, look, we have got to, we exit this door and it's done. Like, we're not talking about it on Twitter, we're not talking about it in text, like, it's over. Like, we have to move forward. So I hope that sticks. I hope that they are both able to. you know.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
For their sake, really.
Right.
But Bailey is going home. You know, we see again, like Julie's spoiling the game, so no chance for Bailey. And that is what Julie announces when we come back for the HOH competition. And I am kind of glad that they told them, just so that they stop being paranoid and like talking about it. You know, like maybe Nicole Franzel will finally stop talking about Janelle altogether.
Yeah,
probably not. But you know, they're at least we don't have to hear this like speculation on the feeds about something we as viewers know is not happening.
Right.
So now they know that they are on jury from here on out, which I'm sure is a nightmare for some of them. And no,
surprisingly, most of them are like, "Oh no, I have to go to jury."
Yeah.
What? Usually we celebrate at this point, but
yeah.
So yeah, they're on the wall, y'all. It is the wall competition. We knew it would be endurance as of earlier today, just because CBS announced it will be on the feeds. We are still watching them on the feeds. So far, only Davon has fallen. Everyone else is still up there. They're all wet and messy and hanging on for dear life.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Davon is like disappointed to be out first and disappointed that she has to like sit there next to Christmas for however long it takes someone else to fall off the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. She has to sit there. Christmas is cheering everyone on because she's a personal trainer and that's what she does.
Yeah. And I'm sure Christmas is discipline. Like she's been talking about this comp. I think they thought last week that it was going to be a wall comp HOH. And she was very much like, this is my competition. Like I'm going to win this one. And so
she's probably very upset she's not doing this one. She's like, of all the ones I can't play in.
Right.
She wants Danny's power just so she can play in the comp. I mean, in the wall comp.
She doesn't know about Danny's power, right? I was going to bring that up because like we do still have these 3 powers. Obviously, Danny did not use hers on Christmas. You know, David is definitely saving his. Oh, David just fell. So David's out because they are leaned. Yep.
Oh my God, you're ahead of me somehow.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. David, don't fall. Oh, he fell.
Sorry, Sarah. I should have said spoilers before I told you.
We already did it at the top.
I know, but I spoiled it for you.
That's okay. What's wrong with my feeds?
I don't know.
I'm closer to the studio than you are.
But yes, David will be saving that power for himself. As we know, he has said that. So he's still got his power. And then third power is, Christmas has the blocker. So we'll see what happens with that this week. But I don't think anyone was targeting Christmas except for Davon. So Christmas probably, although Christmas is probably going to use it for somebody else and not herself. Let's be honest.
She'll use it for like Tyler, that's for sure. Let's talk about targets because Christmas isn't in a good place, but she's not really high on target list at this moment. She might be an easy pawn to put up, like because no one's respecting her game. But I think Davon was really the only person who might put her up at this point. David, since he's out, I'll say like he was talking about going after Danny and Nicole. So that would have been fun to see. But I think like Danny, she's open to winning this, even though she throws most comps. She feels like she could win this one, but she will just put up Kevin and David. Like,
right. But I will say like this would be a good one for her to win because she is on a lot of people's radar. Like she is a potential target for a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So if Tyler wins, he'll put her up with Nicole.
Yeah.
If Ian
wins, right?
Yes. Ian and Enzo are both in the same. Like I don't know if they're all talk. Like they say they would do it, but would they really? But yeah, Enzo wants to put up Danny and Nicole. And Ian wants to put up Cody and Danny. Yeah. So it would be interesting to see if they actually did that. But yeah, Danny knows that like if Tyler's still hanging up on that wall, that she can't let go.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But I wonder if she knows how many other people are targeting her. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I think she thinks she's safe with Enzo.
Yeah.
Like she probably isn't sure.
Yeah. And so you said that Danny's targeting Kevin and David, which is boring. Like, let's hope that
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
Although David
And
would take himself down, so that would be interesting.
true. That's true. That's true. And Cody is also kind of targeting Kevin and David, right?
Kevin and Ian. Cody actually works with
Ian.
David
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I think David is expendable to a point, but he would prefer to get Ian out.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Mhm. Yeah. Who else? Memphis is going after Ian and David.
Kevin, I think we talked about Cody and Nicole probably,
yeah,
right?
he would put up Nicole and Cody. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think, I mean, this comp is, I don't know, it could go a lot of ways. Normally it is like a low center of gravity is beneficial in this competition. So then I'm looking at Nicole Franzel, Danny, and Ian, right?
Right.
But you've got Enzo, Tyler, and Cody up there who are really super physically strong guys. Kevin did so well in that veto comp with the ropes and stuff. Like he's obviously got some strength going there. Memphis, I don't see winning this so much, but
yeah. I mean,
know.
Memphis is just like frozen. I can't tell if that's like just out of pain or if he's doing decent. Enzo's moving around a lot, which makes it look like he's uncomfortable and probably not going to do well in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Kevin could do great. I feel like Danny could do great. Nicole doesn't want to win. So she's going to she's probably just hanging on until have-nots are done. One more person needs to fall. And then I would bet that Nicole.
We just have 2 falls.
Oh, go ahead and say it, David.
It is Ian and Memphis have fallen.
Oh, wow.
That's too bad. I really was kind of hoping for an Ian HOH because I think he's kind of ready to take a shot. And there goes but he's not going to get to this week.
Memphis just dropped himself. He was waiting for the have-nots.
Yeah. Memphis so Davon, David, and Ian will be our have-nots for the week. Bad news for Ian because he struggled so much the first time he was a have-not physically. It's interesting because they once people, they lean the wall forward and then they lean it back and people get a break after some people have fallen. So now Nicole and Cody are just standing there not holding on to anything.
Yeah, shaking their wrists. Yeah.
But yeah, we are down to 6 now in this competition.
We are down to
who are we rooting for?
Tyler, Kevin, Danny, Enzo, Cody, and Nicole.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't hate seeing a Tyler HOH because he's going to put Danny up. I wouldn't hate it. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't either. I think I'd
I wouldn't hate a Kevin HOH.
I wouldn't either. And I'd be interested to see, like you say, is Enzo all talk? I don't think Enzo's going to want to win another HOH.
It's not this quick.
He's playing so under the radar that I don't think he wants that.
And he's no one's target. No one is targeting him. He's so safe right now. There is no need.
The only 2 people in the house who aren't being targeted by anyone are Enzo and Memphis right now.
Yes.
So
why is no one targeting Memphis? Come on. This is ridiculous. I keep joking that he's just sleeping his way to the end, but it's scarily close to the truth.
And you don't mean sleeping with someone to get to the end. He's actually sleeping.
He is sleeping his way to the top in a completely different way. And here we are.
Yep.
So I think a Cody and an Enzo HOH is boring.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, if David gets to pull himself down, it's not. Well, Cody and Enzo, they're not going to put David up. They're going to protect him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't hate a Tyler or Kevin HOH, I guess, at this point.
Yeah. We will see.
That is it, you guys. Well, stay tuned to Twitter, I guess.
Yeah, or the feeds if
watching the feeds. Yeah. Keep watching the feeds. We will be back tomorrow. Yeah, David, maybe, sure, tomorrow.
Sure, yeah, live updates. We'll have to, announce who won this HOH and talk about nomination plans and all that stuff.
We will. We'll watch any one-on-ones that happen with the new HOH, and we'll get a sense of what's going on. And then we'll go live tomorrow, hopefully around the time that they do noms, so we can talk about that. And then next week, seems like there's a schedule change. The episode is going to air on Tuesday.
Right.
So we'll go live Monday like we usually do, and then we'll go live on Tuesday after the episode. Right. So it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday next week.
Yep. That'll be it.
Oh, thanks, Seth, for the super chat. And also, thank you. Today is my anniversary with Douglas. Thank you.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Seth.
13 years. What? I'm not that old. What are you talking about? Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you are watching this later, please leave us a comment. Let us know how you're feeling about losing Bailey and where everyone stands right now.
Yes. Let us know what you think, and we will see you guys tomorrow and next week and after that.
All right. Bye.